Welcome back, everyone. Going into Drop Frames here in the second half of episode 9. I want to do something with you guys to prove my chat wrong or me wrong. So here we go. Well, first, let's start with a question. Final Fantasy VII, big fans, super fans, into it, never played it. Where are you two at as individuals for Final Fantasy VII?
You start us off.
I'm about on the same level with Final Fantasy VII as I am with Star Wars. Like, I'm a fan, but I'm not going to get into any like arguments or debates. Like,
played it?
If I catch a trailer, okay, fine. Yeah, I played it back in the day.
You played it back in the day. Okay, that's the main thing.
4 discs, 3 discs,
3 discs. Yeah.
3 discs. Yeah, I played it.
Yeah. Co, where are you at with Final Fantasy VII?
Final Fantasy VII was probably, outside of American 3 and A3, was probably one of the first like real times I felt like I kind of lived in a game. You know, I had one of those level 99 playthroughs where I was farming the little guys at the bottom of that volcano area for hours and hours, killed all the weapons. It was a really unique, interesting experience for me at the time, and I loved that feeling of having like something to just dive into for 8+ hours a day for like a month at a time.
Okay.
I thought the story was good. I really liked the characters. I thought it did some pretty challenging stuff. And I really actually, at the time of my life, the ending was very impactful for me as well. So although it's not like probably the best game ever, it was one of my personal favorite games ever.
Okay. Second question. At what age did you guys play this? Was it right when it came out? Or did you play it years after?
Years after.
Okay, so you were in your teens then, safe to say, like high school-ish?
Yeah, like late middle school, early high school.
Damn, okay. That might actually make the question more loaded towards proving me wrong. Zeke, how old were you when you played it? Did you play it when it first came out? Or was it later?
I was actually just trying to look it up. See
Came out in 98.
90s. Okay, 97, 98. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I played it. Yeah, before the year 2000. So I played it when it was still newish.
Okay. I think Co will be able to do this then when he played it. Zeke, what's the story of Final Fantasy VII?
What's the story?
Yeah. Because I went back and
I don't want to spoil it. There's like
Fine, we'll put Spoiler Bob up and I'll show gameplay.
No, you don't have to. No, I'm kidding. I honestly, I don't remember the story all that much. What I remember is like finding how to use the what's the magic gems called? The materia?
Yeah.
How to use the materia properly, how to win chocobo races, how to beat like the
you remember the
weapons, the
Ruby,
emerald, diamond, whatever weapons.
Yeah.
I remember how to beat that shit, but as far as the story goes, like it was so like stop and go as far as the story went, because I would stop at a section that was just like side shit.
Okay.
Like, and spend hours doing the side shit, and then I forgot where I was in the story. So I really don't remember, but I know someone dies and it's heartbreaking and everybody cries.
Right. Everyone remembers that part.
Yeah.
Let me say, do you remember the idea that Aerith is an ancient?
Yes.
I replayed disc 1. I replayed till you get out of Midgard, which is not really all of disc 1. And they were like, Aerith is an ancient. And I was like, what the fuck is an ancient? Like, what are you talking about?
Aerith is an ancient and her hair thing is holy.
Right. Yeah, the hairpin. Okay, see, I had forgotten that till you just said it. But now I do remember that.
So what's funny is you just like, okay, hold on, here we go. So Cloud is a military orphan, and in the beginning of the game, he's a terrorist / freedom fighter.
He's an eco-terrorist.
He's trying to blow up the Mako reactor.
Yes.
And in doing that is stopped by Sephiroth. No.
Well, kind of.
No, sort of. And then they escape, and their goal then becomes to find Aerith?
Yes. No.
Okay.
To find Sephiroth.
Find Sephiroth. Who has Aerith?
I'm so glad I played. Dude, it only took like 8 hours. God. If you guys plan on playing Remake, I just do a stream one day. Buy the PC version of Final Fantasy VII. because I played it and I didn't remember. When I originally played it, I was like 10, and I didn't remember a fucking thing. I didn't remember that like Aerith is a ancient. I remember that she had holy, and she's like the opposite of Sephiroth, right? Where Sephiroth is meteor or whatever, and like that's why they exist. And they're foils of each other, right? I think that's what it was. Or am I wrong about that with Sephiroth? I didn't play all the way till the end. Or is he trying to bring about the end of the world by casting Meteor? And she's the only way to defend it.
I think because JENOVAs, he was a clone made with the cells of that weird alien.
That's Jenova.
Jenova.
Yeah.
And then so is Cloud. And that's why they're all so super beefed up.
Is Jenova a Cetra like Aerith is?
An ancient?
Yeah, because Cetra and Ancient are interchangeable. I think.
No, I thought Jehovah was like an alien. Yeah, I thought Jehovah was something that like crashed into the planet.
And then, like, he's not a Jehovah Witness.
Like, yeah. Oh, I don't know what these hand motions are.
I don't. Yeah.
Then Jenova came down and then went up that way.
You're voguing.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, oh god, wow, dude, this is the first time like these neurons have actually been touched in my brain in like a decade.
I'm so glad I played and now I kind of want to go back and play more because I didn't remember any of this shit, man. I had forgotten so many. Like I remember the scene at the.
He's not an alien.
Well, no, Jenova is an alien. Cloud is not.
Everybody says someone clip Co saying Jehovah is an alien. Is it?
It's Jenova with an N. That's what
Jenova.
No. In Latin, it's spelled with an I.
What?
But wait, then why does the alien have all those rings that knock on my door?
Oh. Wait, what was that, Co? I was still stuck on the Indiana Jones joke.
Okay, nothing. I'm just confused.
Okay, now we're all.
I don't.
Now we're just super confused. Anyways, I played Final Fantasy VII, the original. I didn't remember shit. I'm glad I replayed it. Also, that game's really good. Also, the music in that game is fucking incredible, and I can't wait for the remake to hear it. Anytime I was doing anything, they were playing a fucking banger of a song, and my head was bobbing, whether it was fighting or whether it was the stupid, eerie Jenova music. It's spooky as shit still to this day. That back in the day gave me fucking nightmares because you would see the first time you see Jenova, she's in Hato's lab. I forget the bad guy or the scientist name.
Yeah.
I think it's Hojo.
Hojo. Creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Hojo.
Yeah. And you like walk up and you get the quick flash of the eyes on tits Jenova thing. And it was very ridiculous. But I'm glad I played through that. I'm excited for remake. And if anyone in chat has not played 10 since they were a child like me, highly recommend taking 6 or 7 hours and playing through it. Or 7. I don't know what I said. I think I said 10. Anyways, play 7. If you don't remember the story, because I don't remember shit. And I'm glad.
Is there like a point in 7 where you're like, okay, that's the end of remake? Like,
yes and no. It's when you get out of Midgard. That's when they say the remake is supposed to end, is when you get out of Midgard. But then there's a lot of conflicting reports because some of the stuff like leaked, and so people are thinking that it's going to end when you get to the city after Midgard. And they've also shown fights that don't exist within the original game. Like you fight Jenova in a couple of the trailers that they've shown for remake. And that never happens.
So much later.
Yeah, like that never happens at all. You're fighting like a tentacle
Jenova.
Yeah, you don't fight her at all whatsoever. You fight like weird parasite.
Oh, that's right. The little pop. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I thought you did fight Jenova.
I don't remember ever fighting Jenova unless she's in some different form. Chat, I'm staying in Midgar, you fucks, not in the full game. Of course you fight fucking Jenova in the full game.
Oh, okay. I actually legit thought you were talking the whole game. Okay.
Okay. We were.
I think we were just confused.
Yeah. I'm speaking when I say in the game. I think I was talking about the remake, not the base game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You don't fight Jenova in Midgar in 7.
No, you don't at all
in the base game.
I got it. We're on the same page.
Yeah. Anyways, this will turn into actually territory real quick, so we should move forward. It turns out there's a lot of fans of Final Fantasy VII. And they all want to prove how correct they are at all times. Which, funny enough, I didn't. Where I would welcome that in this game, because there is a lot of Final Fantasy VII came from an era where things that are secret were just kind of super foreign and not necessarily handheld to get to that area or to get to that secret. I like wanted the backseat gaming to occur. And then in typical streamer fashion, I had to like beg for people to open up a game facts document so they could tell me like how to get some materia that's supposed to spawn or how to get chosen when you're at the Honeybee Inn. I'm blanking on the name now. But I had to like beg for that type of stuff. Whereas other games, it would just happen. So yeah.
I think I'm going to follow in your footsteps though. I think I'm going to do what you did, like closer to the remake. The remake's in April, right?
April 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe early April. I may jump in and kind of replay it again. I'm very curious how true to it they're going to do. Like, are we talking about like pathway for pathway kind of thing, like map for map? And they're just going to revision it, or is it going to be like, oh, it's the general area? Like
it seems like there's definitely stuff that they're adding in the trailers. They've shown sequences that are kind of like flashbacks / it's in Cloud's head where like Sephiroth is at the end of an alley. That never happens.
Well, I remember hearing something like they were going to put in some lore from the other games that are complementary. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, but like
it would make sense.
There's a game that came out for the PSP that I actually played through.
Crisis Core.
Spoiler things up. One of the saddest endings I've ever seen in a game. It made me cry at work. Damn it. But yeah, it was a great game called Crisis Core, and I heard that there was actually some flashbacks in Remake that were actually from Crisis Core lore. Like it wasn't flashbacks to Crisis Core stuff, but the information you learn in Crisis Core was in the stuff that wasn't normally in the 7 things in the remake. So I wonder if they're going to try to like flesh things out and connect it a little bit better.
Maybe,
which would be really cool because there is some meaty stuff in Crisis Core.
Yeah,
like Zack is a super cool character, and it's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I could not, or I guess did not play because I didn't have a PSP. Yes. Is that what it came out on? Yeah. I didn't know if it was Vita or PSP, but I guess it's PSP. So yeah, if anything, got me super excited for a remake. There's so many cool cutscenes in this that I can't wait till they do this in remake. Like if they do this properly and you're like swinging off of the reactors, it's exploding, like it's gonna look fucking gorgeous and blah, 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 blah. That type of stuff was everywhere.
Oh, by the way, you may want to get with his people. You may want to call him and be like, so Max, we're gonna need you whenever you're done with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like we're gonna need to bring him on and talk.
Yeah. He is a super fan for sure. He is the actually of all actuallys. I would say. Yeah,
but he's got good vibes about it, so it's actually like kind of okay. Yeah,
Max is great. He's great. We'll definitely have him on. I would assume though he'll be doing like multiple playthroughs on stream though.
Probably.
He like loves Final Fantasy VII. He is Final Fantasy VII is to him as you are to The Witcher. Co is how I would say that. For people that don't watch Maximilian Dude,
which is weird when you realize I've only played Witcher 3 once.
I mean, it's a long fucking game.
It is, and I can't wait to play it again. To be fair,
but, yeah, it's super. long.
Man,
so yeah, that's Final Fantasy VII. Game still holds up. If you've never played it before and you're trying to get into the hype train of remake, like I had a great time with the base game. Still, I played with 0 mods. There's a ton of mods out there if you want to install them. There's a couple mods that like kind of change the game and change the story completely. If that's something that you're interested in. So had a good time with it.
Sure. There we go. Somebody tested more like Co and Deus Ex. Okay, that I'll accept that. We'll allow that one.
Sure.
I played that game like 7 times so far, and every time I've loved it.
There you go. There you go. Co, what else has been on your channel? You did some Subnautica. You still chipping away at Wasteland 2?
Still chipping away at Wasteland. Just got to Hollywood. I'm actually closing in. Because I'm planning my big kind of return to RimWorld next week. I'm spending this weekend to try to get Wasteland 2 finished. Man, it has been a journey, dude. Like 60 plus hours of just pure RPG-ness. But yeah, it's been great. I'm at like the second section of the game is kind of divvied up into 3. I've done the big middle area and I'm just doing the top area, and then I'm pretty sure the game ends in the bottom area, which isn't very big. So yeah, it's been fantastic. I'm loving it. If you have not played Wasteland 2 and you love big girthy RPGs, like it's a good time to check it out, man. With Wasteland 3 right around the corner, it's a real good time to do it. Because man, it is a game. So many references, like tons of customization, lots and lots of different ways to play. It's a good one. It's a good one.
What
For sure.
What's Conglomerate 451? What is this?
Okay, so Conglomerate 451 it's a very indie game, which shows through in many ways. But basically, think of Legends of Grimrock plus XCOM Darkest Dungeon mechanics in a cyberpunk universe with a whole lot of indie.
Okay.
Look at Zeke's face. I love it. It
stuff,
sounds really, really good, but there's
It's
definitely
like you went down the word like buzzwords like for me.
It's a very cool, very deep with lots of customization game. You basically play procedural levels in 4 different regions, kind of like in Darkest Dungeon, and you kind of progress them all. You have a party of 3 clones, and clones are basically classes that as you go through the game, you unlock more classes. They have a myriad of abilities that you can assign to them. They have a little equipment loadout. Each piece of equipment also has different customization options you can put in them. There's full tech trees. There's a healing mechanic very similar to Darkest Dungeon, where if your characters get hurt enough, they'll get like broken limb, like broken foot, fractured arm. You have to put them in health tanks for multiple weeks to like have a chance to remove those from it. But yeah, it was actually a pretty damn good time. If you want to skip around to some combat, people can kind of see what I'm talking about with the Legend of Grimrock thing there. Good parts. It's deep. The music is great. The music is like a combination of like just straight up thrash, like guitars and electronic music, which is really cool. The combat is turn based. At the same time, you can target all their different limbs and stuff. They all have different effects when you hit them. Each of your character type can have 4 abilities from a pool of about 8 to 10, depending on what class they are. And it's fun. I had a good time with it. It's fun. Unfortunately, there are definitely some other big issues with it that were kind of grating on me a little bit. It is the kind of thing where even though it's very aesthetically beautiful, there's a lot of repetition in the tile sets. Like you'll see like the same 4 out of 5 bedrooms look identical in like the residential areas. There's this voice, it's kind of like Iba from the Somnium Files, trying way too hard. So like it's the kind of thing where in the Somnium Files, Iba was actually pretty funny and said a whole bunch of new things, but the AI in this one has like these really bad jokes that he just kind of says over and over, which got a little frustrating. Also, it's basically devoid of any kind of story. So the only kind of like story is that you're managing like a team of clones and you're sanctioned by the government to kind of clean up Sector 451 in the city of Conglomerate, and like that's basically it. In the 3 hours I played, it really didn't progress past that at all. And since your characters are all clones, there's no real like connection to the characters. You do get to name them and stuff. It's fun to name them after subs and everything. But it's not. There's really not much there. However, that being said, if you are a gameplay junkie, if you can play games like just for the gameplay, there is a lot of depth to this game. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of customization. Combat is fun. And I just scratched the surface of the second region of 4. So there is a pretty large amount of stuff in the game too. And everything's procedurally generated, so you won't get the same thing twice. So
okay.
It was fun.
Now, how did you find out about this game?
This game I found out about because someone pinged me on Twitter. It was like, hey, have you heard about this? And I kind of followed up with them and I have the devs followed and everything and looked into it a little bit more. And kind of like you did when I explained it to you, that was kind of my initial reaction too. I was like, man, I love Legend of Grimrock. Darkest Dungeon, I played the hell out of that game. Cyberpunk environment looks good. I watched the videos and it's a pretty game. It's a very pretty game. And like I said, the music is great too. And then when I found out more about the meta game and how kind of deep it was, actually I was lurking in a streamer named Alaskan Savage who had played the games for about 4 hours. And I saw some of the meta connecting components there and the tech trees and stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of depth to the game. If you want to take the time to really dive in, like, there's a huge amount of depth and customization that you can do. In terms of like each weapon has 2 slots. There's like little mini rhythm/hacking games that you unlock these little plugins for, and then each like shield weapon and cyber deck can all get multiple of those plugins. And on top of that, you can equip them in different ways. There's a whole hacking mechanic I barely touched It lets you kind of scan enemies and do different things to them based on different plugins you find as loot in the levels. So it's cool, man. It's cool. It's only been out for a few days, so don't be surprised that you haven't heard about it. And it's on, I think, Steam and GOG right now. So yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. All right. And then one last game to kind of round out everything you've been playing. Corruption 2029. How was
Yes.
this XCOM
Corruption
clone? What is that?
Yeah, it's not an XCOM clone. It is a Mutant Year Zero clone. And when I say that, I mean that this could be a reskin of Mutant Year Zero. It's by the same guys.
Okay.
It plays like Mutant Year Zero. It feels like Mutant Year Zero. It's very, very similar. There are some pretty cool differences. You're basically playing a small team of people that are kind of behind enemy lines. It is mission based. They also do some fun things in the fact that all the maps are linked and you actually travel through them during the missions. So a lot of times you'll have like a mission where it's like kill everyone in this area and then free a guy and then go to this other area and extract them there, or steal files here and then extract in this map. But just like Mutant Year Zero, the game kind of comprises of two different game modes. The first is sneak around and kill as many people as you can without alerting the horde, so to speak. And then once you've done that, then you kind of like have the big fight where you fight everyone that you couldn't take out solo or silently. And it plays very similar there. That being said, since it is kind of a techno future, there are a variety of new weapons. There's a lot of new gear. There's more gadgets. So if like I said during the stream a lot, if you really liked Mutant Year Zero, I think you'll really like this game. But a lot of people told me, well, if I haven't played Mutant Year Zero, would you recommend it? And my answer is no. What I would recommend is if you like what you see in Corruption 2029, get Mutant Year Zero. The reason being is because the things in in Corruption 2029, you are playing drones. These are half human, half machine that have zero personality. They don't talk. They don't interact. They are nothing. And one thing that I really enjoyed about Mutant Year Zero is you had like this real story, and all the characters were personable and they'd interact and talk, and you could kind of grow affectionate towards them. The big thing that I was saying about this game is Mutant Year Zero without the soul. It's just much more about like the gameplay and the tactics. And there's 3 chapters, and I did complete the entire first chapter. And it really is just like, oh, there's a big missile, let's stop it. And you spend like 5 missions doing that. And then the next chapter is like, hey, we found the guy who made the missile. And I bet it's just a bunch of missions finding him. So it may get more interesting down the road. Like, it is called Corruption. So maybe your characters get corrupted and become non-drones or something. Like, I don't know. But I can tell you in the 4-ish hours that I played, like, zero attachment to the characters. The story was very light. It didn't really, again, have that kind of like very cool soul that Mutant Year Zero had. So I would say try Mutant Year Zero first. If you enjoy that game and you want kind of more of the gameplay and tactics, you'll probably really enjoy this one.
Fully released.
The charm, but that's a big point in the negative column, because the charm is what Mutant Year Zero like was half the fun of the game.
And that's something I said multiple times during this run. I agree with you completely. Like, I kept hoping that maybe something interesting would happen and my drones would wake up or something like that. But it's very much, this game is all kind of just like Conglomerate 451. Like I was saying, it's all about the gameplay. I feel that way about this game too. It's really all about kind of like the strategy and the tactics and how you utilize all the cool tools you're given and things.
Okay. And is this Epic only?
I think it might be.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
I couldn't find
anything. I don't know if it's like on some kind of pass or subscription service, but I'm pretty sure you can only get it on Epic right now. It was really surprising because the day it released, Epic didn't even put it at the top of their page. Like, you would go to the main Epic page and there'd be like a bunch of deals at the top, and then there was like another section, and then like you had to scroll down and it's like, out today, Corruption 2029, and it's like, considering they did very little PR about it anyway, and like I barely even heard about the game before it came out, and then it's not even at the top. I kind of felt bad for the devs a little bit.
So it's a full game.
There's really a lot of work in this. It's a very professional product. Like, okay, there may have been a little bit of art from Mutant Year Zero in here. There were some areas that looked kind of strangely similar, but it definitely has its own flavor. It has its own feel. Like, there's lots of voice dialogue between like the 2 factions, and they talk about like, like there's the NAC, and they talk all the time if you sneak up on them about like all the horrible stuff that's going on, and there's lots of little lore flavor newspaper things around and stuff like that that kind of grow out the game world a bit. But I mean, it's very much its own product. But at the same time, the gameplay is Mutant Year Zero. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Do you remember the cost, by the way, or Zeke? Did you look
I
it
want
up
to say
on?
$20.
Okay.
I'll check.
It was like 1999, I think.
Okay.
It was $20.
Sounds kind of like what was Moon Year Zero? Was that 30 or 40? It was a little bit more.
Zeke 30ish, I want to say, when it came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was what is it? Tier 2 priced game.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's make up some
now,
terms.
Corruption, and honestly, this tells you a lot about the products in general. Right now, Corruption 2029 is $20. Right now, Mutant Year Zero is $35.
Ah.
So
Sure.
It's different.
That makes sense. Zeke, you want to do an indie week?
I would love to.
Let me find. I think what game is this? We did Soviet Jump Game. We did that day. So let's do the next day, which includes Deer Simulator, Terminator Resistance, Simulacra 2, and Kunai. All right.
We gotta have like a Zeke's indie week like overlay component for drop frame. like get a list of the late games that day and like a little reticule that like as we go through them like click down on the different games.
We should. We should definitely do that. We're not going to do that, but we should.
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Okay. Oh, who did I see playing this? Deer Simulator. I think maybe it was Donkey in like a Donkey video. This game looks like a barrel of fucking nonsense, and I'm excited about it. What's Deer Simulator?
Yes, this is Deer Simulator with 4 E's, by the way. Deer Simulator.
Okay.
During Indie Week, my chat had a tendency to vote for what looked like the weirdest, the dumbest, the most ridiculous kind of game that they could possibly vote for. And the first game of the entire Indie Week was Man Standing, which was a piece of shit. And Deer Simulator was goofy and all that shit. And it was, God, I wanted it to be as good as Goat Simulator.
Is that what they were trying to emulate here?
It felt like that. Okay. I think, but it just wasn't. It wasn't that great. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't that great.
Oh.
Really? Because watching this,
that's a shame.
Surprising.
Yeah.
No, I know, but here's the thing: it's early access still, so you gotta remember that it's still in early access. It's $12.99, which is probably a bit much.
That's a lot.
In fact, I think it's a bit much.
I would.
But okay,
I didn't play it, but it seems a lot.
There's some funny moments. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely some very funny moments that happen. That it's just they took elements of lots of different, like, it seems like they took elements from different games and put them into this game as like callbacks or references to other games and shit like that. Okay, put simply, Deer Simulator is a slow life town destruction game. You can spend your days enjoying a nice relaxed frolic here and there together with the other animals around town, or you can choose to relieve some stress and absolutely destroy the town and everything in it. So yeah, it's a town destruction game. You get all these weapons, you hook them up to your fucking antlers. Instead of your antlers, you have like grenade guns and machine guns and shit like that. There's a giant koala that you can destroy.
Is that the guy that has lasers for eyes?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I've seen.
Yes, the giant lasers for eyes. Yes, that's exactly what is. And it's really like there's not a lot to talk about. It's just like it's a fuck around game, and I think I played it for like, I played it for 0.7 hours.
Someone in chat liking this game, and I'm maybe have a discussion about this as a content creator bait game. How do we feel about that as a type of game?
Content creator, so like a YouTube video maker, streamer.
Yeah. Haha, look at this game. It's so ridiculous.
I might agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I might agree with that.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
It's a market.
Yeah. All right.
But I mean, there's really not that much to say about it. There is a mini game where you can play reversey with this giant cow, and the pieces move. Like the reversies are cows, so they move while they're on the board, but their spots stay the same. So you kind of like forget where the thing is. But I mean, I won my first game, so it can't be that difficult because I'm horrible at reversey. So okay. Yeah.
All right, that's Deer Simulator. Short and sweet. Next game is Terminator Resistance an indie game? Who published this?
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Is it an indie game? Well, it toes the line. It could be argued that it's not. That's very true, but it is developed by Teyon, Teyon. That's the dev team.
Okay.
And their previous games are I've never played any of them. Robot Rescue Revolution, Heavy Fire Shattered Spear. Heavy Fire, I guess, is a title with like, you know, several subtitles like Shattered Spear, Afghanistan, blah blah. Urban Trial Playground, Paranormal State. That's the games they've developed before. And I've never heard of them.
Okay.
And it's published by Reef Entertainment, which only has 3 games on Steam. So like I looked at it, I was like, I guess they just got the licensing for it.
Probably, yeah. They won the bid or however that business works.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it could be argued that it wasn't, but I was like, you know, it looked interesting enough. I'll give it a pass, whatever, as far as indie goes. Yeah, they made a terrible Rambo game. Yeah, I heard. Surprisingly, this game was a lot of fucking fun. I enjoyed it. It plays a lot like Fallout. It really plays a lot like Fallout.
Oh God, you said that, and like this right here looks like Fallout.
Yep. It's definitely very much like Fallout. However, the sounds, the sight, the action sequences, like all of that stuff, everything is in the right place. It's a solid fucking Terminator game. Huh. And if you like Fallout, and Terminator, this might be a fucking good game for you. However, it is on the pricey side. It's $39.99.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Is that FOV as tight as it looks?
Yes. That is another thing. If you want to change the FOV, you have to go into the INI file. You do have to do that.
You have to with Metro too.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
As long as you can.
It's something you can actually do. I just didn't want to mess with it. I was like, I'm gonna only play this for 2 hours, so I'm not even gonna fuck with it. But yes, apparently you can change, that's what chat was saying. You can go into an INI and change it if you want to. But some of the moments in the game, there were some sneaking moments where it was pretty tense, and there's certain enemies that you cannot kill because they're too powerful. You don't have the right weapons. So it's a sneaking section where the Terminator's walking around and you have to avoid them and shit. It had a similar feeling to a little bit like Alien Isolation, except it was Terminators. And there was a lot of them, not just one, but it's not super difficult. It does have difficulty a slider, so you can do normal, hard, very hard, whatever. I just did a normal difficulty, so it wasn't overly difficult, but mostly voice acted. In fact, I think all of the dialogue is voice acted. The only time it's not is when you go to a shop or something, but everybody has their own voice lines. Choices, you can make choices and stuff. People will remember things. I tried to name, I don't know if this was a memorable moment for the person I was talking to. They will remember this or whatever, but this kid, I found a stray dog inside of the, this blown out building or whatever. And I brought it back to this kid at our home base. He was like, what should I name it? And I was like, oh, please tell me I can name it Wolfie. And one of the choices was fucking Wolfie, which is a reference to Terminator 2.
Right.
Because the Terminator calls him and goes, what's wrong with Wolfie? I can hear him barking. It's like, Wolfie's fine. It's like, your pants and your dog are dead.
Yeah.
So I named it Wolfie, and the kid was like, oh, I don't like that name.
That's cool.
But there's some cool references too. There's some cool, there's a cameo from in the med bay, because this takes place between Terminator 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
In the future. In the future, which is
in
weird
the future.
To say.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this, there is, you go into this because I only played it for Oh, 2.5 hours. So like it's 2.5 hours in the game. So it's minor. It's an Easter egg.
Okay.
And it's not a spoiler, but you walk into this like medical facility and you read these like little tidbits of information, like they've experimented, they've started abducting people and they're starting to experiment. They're not just killing people, they're experimenting on them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, they stopped abducting people, which means, do you think their experiments were a success or whatever? And then you walk into this place with this human like sitting on this like operating table with all these like machines around him, and you look down and it's the fucking it's the T1000.
Huh.
Like this takes place when they actually perfected how to make the liquid metal Terminator.
Right.
But you see the guy's I can't remember his name, the actor's name that played the T1000.
That's a tough callback for me. I know I can picture his goddamn face because of course you can. Everyone's doing that right now. I don't remember his name though. Robert Patrick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, and I learned a fun tidbit while playing this. I was like, oh, Robert Patrick, man, dude, that guy was so awesome. Like when he was running and his face was all like that, it was like, apparently that was like months of training to be able to run without like any expression.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that wasn't just him. It was like he had to train to do that shit. It was fucking amazing. Like, that's awesome.
Makes
but
sense.
yeah, this game is great. Terminator, Resistance. It's a bit on the pricey side, but for a Terminator game that plays like Fallout, I had fun for 2.5 hours. It's great.
Let me see.
I probably have to watch the movies first before I see it.
You've never seen Terminator?
None of them.
God damn it. I don't usually get too
playing
upset
video games, JP.
You watch fucking that terrible Amazon show. I'm calling you out. You watch that goddamn Amazon show with the stupid cop and you haven't seen Terminator? Goliath? What's the name of that show you've been tweeting about?
A stupid lawyer, and it is good. It's
Lawyer.
Bob Thornton, man.
You watch that? You haven't seen Terminator?
Good show.
Unbelievable.
Season 3 is great, by the way.
Watch fucking Terminator. Terminator 2 is one of the best action movies of all time. It's great. It's so good. You should watch it. You should really watch it.
I've seen enough things from it. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's so many famous lines. There's so many.
I don't think you're
things.
allowed. You're not allowed to do a thumbs up ever again until you watch Terminator 2.
You are banned from thumbs up.
I heard thumbs up are from Terminator. That's how it all originated.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
No one did a thumbs up.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. So
no one knew what a thumbs up meant before that.
Do you not have like an affinity then for Arnold at all as an actor, or do you just
Predator?
Okay, sure. Okay, Predator's good. Yeah, yeah. And of course, his.
Oh, and Kindergarten Cop.
Well, Kindergarten Cop's good, but Jingle All the Way is really the most famous Arnold movie of all time.
From me, JP. I was just gonna say.
I legitimately love that movie. I've watched that movie billions of times as a kid. And I wanted a Turbo Man doll, but we could never find one. They're so impossibly hard to find. So.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. Mr.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Twins is better? No, maybe. It's been a while since I've seen Twins. Conan's pretty good. That's a pretty good movie.
Total Recall.
Crush your enemies. See them driven before you. Hear the lamentation of the women.
Maybe I should watch Conan again. Anyway, we're going down like that.
Conan has one of the best soundtracks of all time.
Conan is just a fantastic.
Those drums.
Yeah.
I will say, for like 10 years of my life, the only image that would be burned into my head was that scene of him in Total Recall on Mars, and he was like, his eyes were like, okay.
I remember when that came on TV as a kid, my parents were like, JP, turn around. You don't watch this. Don't watch JP. And I was like, I want to see. Oh my God. Why would you show this to me? I was like 8 or some shit at the time. It's funny. Apparently this game, according to How Long to Beat, is only 9 hours, Zeke. So not that long of a game for $40.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Does it have co-op, by the way? I remember someone was playing it. I think it maybe Burke played it.
I do not know.
I don't know if that
no, it actually says the fourth tag on it is single player.
Okay. All right. Maybe I was just checking it out. Yeah. Cool. What is next here on the Indie Sunday? Simulacra 2.
Side news. A little bit of side news to make sure we got the right info out, by the way. The Valerian guys just tweeted that apparently the Baldur's Gate 3 reveal is at 3 o'clock tomorrow, not 3:30.
Well, you said 15:30 Eastern, so that
which would have been 3:30. They just tweeted out it's apparently going to be. Oh no, they one tweet says 3 and one says 3:30. I don't know life anymore. Never mind.
Okay.
I'd never mind.
All right. Moving along. Simulacra 2, Zeke. Let's talk about it.
Simulacra 2. This is the blurb. A dead influencer, an obsessed detective, 3 suspects piece the truth together by going through the victim's phone messages, videos, and social media in the follow-up to the critically acclaimed Simulacra. Developed by Kagan Games and published by Another Indie. The game is priced right, $7.99, so not too expensive.
Okay.
It is, if I don't know, because I played the first one, I probably talked about it. It's a cell phone game. You have a cell phone and you go through it, and there's, you talk to the detective that like your contact through the police. He's given you this phone. You're doing this kind of under the radar, like under the table. It's not, you can't actually do it officially because the phone is like evidence and you're not supposed to have it, blah, blah, blah. But you go through the phone and there's like, it gets weird just like it does in Simulacra. I didn't play for too awfully long. I played for about an hour and a half. But it does get like weird in that as you're watching videos, like there's like glitches within the, like as the video is playing, and it's like little cut scenes of like you think you see something, but you might not. And also like once you like progress through the story of the game, like new things pop up on your phone, disturbing images, new messages from like people. Like this whole group is a group of they're in a band.
Yeah.
And they're also like the social manager, the social media manager or whatever is like, this is her phone. So she is in charge of like getting the band's message out and like organizing what they say on Twitter, like whatever the Twitter equivalent is on this machine.
Sure.
On this phone. But like, yeah, she's like in charge of what they say and that kind of stuff. She's also kind of the band manager as well. They come to her with complaints about other members of the band and that kind of stuff. I didn't play a lot of it, not because it wasn't good, but because there's a lot of reading involved because you read messages and tweets and all that kind of stuff. There is quite a bit of video content, but mostly it's like text messages and that kind of stuff that you're reading out loud. And also like, I didn't want to get too far into the story and not like, I just want to give a taste rather than like actually jump all the way into it. But for what it is, it's priced right. It's intriguing. If you like the first one, you're going to like this one. This is one of those messages that you see like shit starts happening and then you have to like grab an image from elsewhere to like fill in the blanks of what happened here. You'll find like little hidden things in like messages or emails or Twitter. Like you have to like go through all the Twitter things and then you'll see like, oh, this person talked to them at 7:03 p.m. That means they weren't doing this thing that they said they were. And you like find the contradiction or the lie and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's an intriguing game. I'm not sure how long it is, but I enjoyed it. The acting is better than the first one, but it's not much better.
Actually, they don't have how long to beat for Simulacra. The first one was 4 hours, so I would imagine it's probably around the same.
Yeah, I imagine this one's like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Cool. Last but not least, what are you laughing at?
The last person who subbed. We're good. Don't worry about it.
On your channel or my channel? Now I have to
on the video.
Oh.
In the bot, I'm guessing.
Oh, I didn't see that. Kunai. Let's talk about it, Zeke.
Kunai is a quirky, fast-paced action-adventure Metroidvania. You play as Tabby, a tablet who joins the fight against robot uprising. Use your kunai and ninja parkour skills to stop Lamonkis, the AI gone evil that almost wiped out all of human life.
Sure.
It is developed by Turtle Blaze, published by the Arcade Crew and Gamera Games. Gamera Games, that's what it is. Okay. It is $16.99 on Steam, so it's a little bit on the like it's priced, you know, mid level for an indie title. It's okay. This game has a lot of pluses and minuses. The pluses are the game. It looks great. It's a little bit muted. I'm not sure if I liked the muted coloring of it. It might get like brighter and brighter as you go on, but I think they could have done like it looks washed out. I think it does a little bit, yeah. A little bit more vibrant. Sure. But that's on purpose, I'm sure. The washed out feel of it to make it feel like a little bit older tech kind of a thing. The movement in it is fantastic. I really enjoyed the kunai. Once you get the two kunai, you're shooting one way, shooting the other way, you're climbing up, you're swinging, you're doing all this kind of stuff. The thing that there's a couple negatives that I can't stand. One, there's vines in the game that you see on a couple of different screens, and the vines are fucking maddening. Those vines right there, the vines are maddening and glitchy. In that, if you jump into like a section of vine, you kind of like the character model goes like that,
like trying to grab
it, or bug.
But it doesn't. No, it doesn't seem like it's on purpose. That's why I bring it up. It doesn't seem like it's on purpose. It seems like the collision with the vines, because the vines are supposed to like
there's
slow
a little
you
bit right there. Oh,
yeah, they're supposed to like slow. Yeah, the vines are supposed to slow you down. You're supposed to be able to climb on them and stuff like that. Because when you hit them, you're supposed to like go real slow and that kind of stuff. Or you can slice them to get them out of your way. But if you get in the middle of them, your character model goes like glitches out a little bit. That's kind of shitty. The other thing is there is some delay between a button push and the swing mechanic. There are like gaps you have to swing across.
That kind of sucks.
So okay, so say you're like this, right? And you're trying to swing this way. You shoot your kunai up, and you have to let go like right here to actually let go right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I press the button right here, like you think you'd shoot out this way, right? But you actually swing up, like go right here and hit the ceiling and drop straight down. So that was, and I displayed it. Like, I'm not like out of my mind here. I showed the chat. I was like, watch, I go like this. I let go way early and I end up swinging like exactly where I want to go.
Yeah.
That's something you get used to, but it sucks right off the bat. And then because you forget sometimes that there's a button delay and you get like, it gets frustrating. There's some difficult like movement parts of the game where you have to jump over these spikes and stuff and you only get one shot at it and you have to go like quite a distance. And if you fuck up one of those swings, you got to go all the way back to the beginning and do it again.
Yeah.
So I had to do that a few times, get used to like the button delay or whatever. But other than that, it has like most of the stuff in the right place. The boss fights are fun. Combat is fun. There's an upgrade system that you get that have like really awesome moves where you like one of my favorite moves that I got was a charge shot, and you charge up the shot and you get anywhere near an enemy. You have to close the distance between enemy, and then a red circle appears around them, and then you teleport right to them, slice them up as many times as you want, and if there's an enemy close to them, it chains. You go, and it's a lot of fun to get like the move set down. But if they cleaned up those minor issues, this game would be fucking fantastic.
Dude, the little animations, facial expressions are fantastic.
Yeah, his facial expressions are really good. They're really charming.
Yeah.
Also,
the like little like a lot of it's just really charming graphics. Little explosions are really good too, and yeah, wow.
What does this game run?
It is $16.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not. Would you say that's overpriced? What are your thoughts on that? You played it.
I played it for a couple hours. I would say like if they cleaned up, if they fixed the vines and the swing delay, it would definitely be worth that much, depending of course on content. Like how much is there? I only play 2 hours, so
yeah. Cool. And then okay, you just played more. Can I for the rest of it? Cool. That's that Indie Sunday. That's the Indie segment with Z.
So how many we got left? We got
2 more, I think.
Yeah, 2 more indie days left. Okay.
Yeah. We'll trying to think because like we've got games coming out. I think we have one more show where there's no games out, and then all the games come out, and then it's like all the games are out until April.
Well, next show is on the 4th.
Yeah.
And then the show after that is on the 11th. So the day after our second upcoming show is Neo 2.
Yep. And 2 days prior is Ori.
Ori. Yep, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think Ori is the first one.
Yes.
That's like the first big of the new releases.
Yeah, it goes the list is Ori on the 11th, Neo on the 12th or 13th. I think it's 13th. Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing on the 20th. Half-Life Alyx on the 23rd. Persona 5 Royale on the 31st. Resident Evil 3 Remake on the 3rd of April. Final Fantasy 7 Remake on the 10th of April. And then there's nothing coming out until Wasteland 3 on the 19th. Marvel's Iron Man VR, if you're going to play that all on PS4. Right? Yeah, this is back in May. Yeah. And then on the 29th is The Last of Us Part 2.
Then PoE on the 13th, too.
Yeah, PoE on March 13th. Yeah, March is going to be pretty crazy. For sure.
March is wild. And I gotta play the original Ori and Doom.
Wait, you've never played the original Ori?
No, never did.
Do you know?
I think I might actually dive into it this weekend potentially.
Man, it's a really good game.
I started it. I played like an hour or two of it, and it's in the very beginning. I was like, what's going on here?
It's a very emotional game. Like, it tugs at your heart.
Happening?
It's like I would say it's like the Pixar game or the Pixar movie equivalent in the game world. I think I said that statement right. Like they do very emotional scenes with zero audio and just kind of like mood and little characters. It's good. It's really great stuff.
Somebody said I played the whole thing. No, I definitely didn't play the whole thing. In fact, I think I only played an hour of Ori because I'm pretty sure I did that during one of the Intel challenges.
Oh God!
That show me and Zeke were on.
Did that?
I think that's when I did it.
Hold on.
I think so.
When you played Ori?
I think so. Because I think I only played it for like an hour. It's been a long time.
Ori.
I'll have to double check that.
But you never played through Ori.
No, I never played through Ori.
It came out on March 11th, 2015. Do you remember when that Intel competition was? I guess that was probably around that time.
Probably around that time. About 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think we started Drop Frames in 2016. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. That matches up. Game for that. I forgot that game came out in 2015. That game is still one of the best looking games in my opinion. The art direction is insane. Just stellar. I'm very excited for the
maybe I'll have that done by next week.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be a good refresher for sure to talk about that stuff. Yeah, and then games start coming out like we said. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I know you mentioned the Warframe Lotus is now Space Mom is now in Smash
Space
Bros.
Mom is in Smash Ultimate.
Yeah. What a weird thing. That's just weird. Oh, nice. Appropriate shirt. That's a weird thing. And
wow, all these people in chat are like, "Ko has played Ori." Dude, I didn't play Ori. I don't even know what happened in it. I saw the intro, and that's the only thing I remember is that really, really powerful intro.
Let's see.
I was like, I remember being like, games aren't allowed to be this sad. Like, this is not okay. I remember being, I was completely unprepared for it. That's all I remember from it. That's it. User says, Ko has played all of Ori 1 and 2. Okay, you shut up.
We like to call this the homeless period of Ko's life.
Yeah, I know, right? Making a triumphant, slow return here.
You're getting there. You know, you'd actually look 1-to-1 if you grew your beard out, pretty much. You're getting there.
Getting there. Not bad for 5 years.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, is this Does this go to the end? Is the end of this me like
this
finishing
is
playing
the
this?
4th VOD, and I don't think that there's a 5th.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I think I only played like I got only 1 or 2 power-ups. That's it. I didn't do much at all. And then I think I was on to the next game. We only had an hour to play each game during that. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the VOD ends. So I don't think there's a 5th part. Up next is the Ori and the Blind Forest review from IGN. So I don't think that continues on from there. Zeke, did you play anything else? I know it's been Persona 4 mostly since last week, right? Since last Thursday. Was there anything else you played in between?
I keep coming back to Slay the Spire because there was that new character.
Oh yeah.
And I have finally got, and I haven't, like just last night, I conquered the level 19 ascension of the monk character. See, I can't remember the names. The transient. Thank you. No, wait, nope. The transient is that's an achievement I got. I defeated the transient, which is this weird elite boss that has 999 health, and you're not supposed to beat it, you're just supposed to survive it. But I eventually found a way to beat it, so that was an achievement. But I did the Watcher. Thank you. I got it to level 19 of the Watcher. I just beat the level 19 Ascension, so I only have 1 Ascension left to beat in the entire game, and that is Ascension 20 of the Watcher, and that's with all of the Ascension debuffs plus double final boss, I think is what it is, which is it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah,
that's what takes so long. Is you do a run, you get up to the boss. Sometimes you find out that your deck is like completely opposite of what you need for the boss, and it's just like it just pisses you off, and then you have to start over again, and that's what put so many hours in. Well, that's one of the reasons I put so many hours in, is because you do a run, you realize your deck isn't gonna work. Fuck. So you restart, trying to get a new deck. But the final boss changes like every time you restart your climb. So you just kind of hope when you see it, you're like, please no time twister boss. Please. That's the worst boss in the world, is that fucking time twister boss. I fucking hate it. So you pray for that one not to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still one of my favorite time waster games that you can just play for 10 minutes, play for an hour, and then set down and come right back to it. Continue right where you left off.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. I enjoyed it when I played.
We just got a bit more news. Shout out and thanks to France, who just listed on Amazon France Horizon Zero Dawn for the PC.
Oh my god, I can't wait. We were talking about that in Zeke's stream the other day. I fucking cannot wait. I will do a full playthrough of that game.
Dude, I will
so
gladly.
Good.
The entire time I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I was thinking 2 things. 1, I'm having a great time playing this as it is. 2, this would be so much better on PC.
Yep. We said that so many times, man.
Like during some of the hard fights where I'd be struggling with the controller to hit precise pieces of the thing, I'm like, God, if I had a mouse and keyboard. And then you get into those beautiful vistas, and the PS4 would just be like tunk 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 tunk, and it'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's gonna be huge, man.
Well,
of course they already removed it. We know they removed it. But the point is that it went up. That means they're preparing, hopefully.
Right.
So yeah. There's already been rumors of Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC. So this just kind of adds to that snowball rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
It still may not happen, but it's looking more and more like a reality.
And I know you did, Co, but I don't think Zeke did. I know I did not. I never touched the DLC. And I know the DLC expands on like the main story and good ways.
DLC was really cool.
I never even finished a lot of the like post game quests, because that game has stuff that happens after the like ending of it that is pretty impactful and pretty important with the.
And what's even more fun is if they do bring it out to PC, please God, with the DLC already installed and ready to go.
I'm sure, yeah.
Then it's like all that end content from the first one will just like roll right into the DLC as one big package. It's man, that'd be great. Great.
I hope so.
I will double dip on that so hard.
I hope that is the case. It'll be really good.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about it too much. Actually, I don't think I had played last week. I think I was playing it after drop frame, so I'll just spend like 5 minutes on it. Played more Final Fantasy 14. 5.2 came out, which is their big content update. Usually after every main game, there's 5 patches and then a half a patch and then the next expansion over a 2-year period. So this one added a bunch of different stuff into it. It added, the only reason I bring this up, I have not done it yet. I know that it's kind of the talk of Final Fantasy 14. They put in ocean fishing, which is 24-man fishing groups that happen every 2 hours, which is kind of harkens back to Final Fantasy 11 fishing where you would fish.
An arcade.
Yeah, an arcade, a little bit. Yeah, yeah. And people are really super excited about it and super into the ocean fishing. This is one of the trials. This is actually Ruby weapon from 7. Zeke, you were talking about the different weapons from 7.
Yeah.
They're putting all of them in 14 as raid bosses, including Sapphire, who you, I think, don't fight in 7. You only hear that he exists. But he's already dead or something like that, or it was a test. But yeah, I've been playing almost every single night for a handful of hours. It's more Final Fantasy 5.2 patch, expanded on the story stuff that happened in Shadowbringers, which I was super into. And it's really good. It's just more. They even put like little Final Fantasy 7 windows in this fight, so it looks like it is from that game. They do a lot of different stuff when it comes to the nostalgia of other Final Fantasy games, which is kind of what that fan base wants. But it's good. Final Fantasy is always fun. You should play it. That's all I got. Anything else you guys want to talk about or bring up? I don't know if there's been any other news between the show starting and now, apart from the Smash stuff that we kind of glossed over.
Or do we not want to do the
Platinum trailer is just a teaser for something. They don't announce anything in it, right?
Well, they don't announce anything, but like it'd be fun to speculate, right?
Oh,
Sure, we can.
all right. Gasp.
No, I just wondered, like, must have zero interest for you.
It announces nothing. It's just Platinum saying we're doing something. Like that's my understanding of it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm wrong. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong there. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
Random side thing. That gasp was because I just downloaded a game that a lot of people have been asking me to look at called Beautiful Desolation, and I was just half looking at the intro while it was rolling, and it goes, music produced by Mick Gordon. It's like,
Really? Okay.
oh, okay.
He's doing the new Doom.
Oh, that
music,
just
right?
came out today.
Yeah, apparently it's super cool. Like I've a lot of people have been asking me to look at this game. Have either of you heard anything about Beautiful Desolation?
Not a single thing. What does it look like?
It's kind of like some kind of CRPG actiony thing. I'm not really sure yet. I'm maybe going to be checking it out sometime soon and seeing what it is. We'll talk about it next week.
Cool.
It's developed and published by the Brotherhood Games, and if any of these games ring a bell, Stasis, Kane, Cayne. If those ring any bells, I don't know, but
Nothing.
Stasis sounds.
Here's this Platinum trailer. Platinum, creator of Bayonetta, for those that don't know, and other fine action games.
Is that really their catchphrase?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks kind of much more fully realized than I thought.
Somebody better help that dog.
The dog's gonna die. The dog's gone. Or that dog's the hero.
no, the monster's gonna pet the dog.
It's a really weird punch.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like Ultraman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was more than I thought. Take it back, Zeke. That was cool.
That could be cool. That could be fun.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
That was cool. Who knows what it's actually going to be? It does look very much like Ultraman. And I agree with
I think Project GG is just the working title. I don't think that's.
Yeah, that's the project title. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I highly doubt that's the.
Because it's a teaser. That means they don't want to give it away, right?
Right.
And the point of a teaser, it's like, I'll tease you, but I won't tell you what it is.
Right. Here's that beautiful
desolation. Someone was saying like it might have something to do with Beautiful Joe.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't remember Beautiful Joe ever getting like huge.
I don't know.
Mech.
Okay. Anyway. Let's see what this is. This is that beautiful desolation
amazing
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is it voice acted?
Sounds like it.
There it is, the probe. I knew it.
Ungaphamukela kulo mhlaba. Usasenezindawo lezi kumele uzihambe.
I love made-up space languages.
Manje uzawugcwalisa wonke lo mhlaba negazi noma uzosiza abadinga usizo nawe. Ubomi bakho abukabhalwa manje kodwa buzawubhalwa.
That looks pretty okay.
Cool.
I definitely didn't get Mick Gordon from that, but
yeah, I know. I during the intro, yeah, right there, music by Mick Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try that Friday morning.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Let's do it. I'll take a look. Friday morning, we're doing it. Happening. Done.
Oh, and then someone was telling. There's some Resident Evil 3 stuff. I don't know if I want to show this though, because I guess we could.
Yeah, you probably could. I'd probably watch that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh, actually, we'll talk about this next week. There was the definitive playthrough, which is on Retro Replay, which is Troy Baker's YouTube channel, just finished The Last of Us on their channel. And in the final video, I guess we'll just talk about it now. Final video they put out, it has Neil Druckmann, Troy Baker, and Ashley Johnson there, along with Nolan North, talking about The Last of Us and kind of, that game. And it was cool. There's been a lot of interviews that are similar to this, but this is kind of the four of them just chatting about it. So it's about a 15-minute video. If you're at all interested in Last of Us, I would say definitely check it out. That's on their YouTube channel, Retro Replay. Where is this Resident Evil 3 stuff? A lot of it was preview based. Did they put out a proper video themselves, chat? That's like the first hands-on playthrough. Let's see. Resident Evil 3. Let's see here. Official video. PlayStation did? Is this it? I think this is the old one. Have we watched this already?
I think we watched this last one.
Hey, easy, lady. I got you.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing?
The old one.
I'm Sadie.
Damn. Well, watch this while we find the other one. Or while I find the other one.
I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
This city is completely cut off, isolated. We need help. My men cannot do this alone.
The town's crawling with those freaks. No chance of fighting our way out of the city. Why is she here? She's unreliable.
It's me he's after. I'll buy you some time.
Hey, wait! Wait, Jill!
I can't find it. So do you know any? I guess you only know about what we've said about that guy, Zeke, right? Because you never played Resident Evil 3 yourself.
Nemesis, yeah. You've told me like Mr. X ain't got shit on Nemesis.
Yeah, they have a like blog post that kind of shows a little bit about it on the PlayStation blog. I don't know how well this stuff is gonna show. That's just showing the rolls. That's Nemesis. Oh, that's him just busting through the walls. So he does do that still. It's also very dark. There we go. Still a wall buster. Still does it. There's another fun thing from Resident Evil 3. Bad. So it's got a flamethrower still. I'm also not going to watch IGN's video chat. I don't want to get claimed from that, so no use in leaking that. They might have put stuff on their Twitter. I want to show it to you, Z, because he is much different, and it is frightening. Here we go. Here's something that's new that you haven't seen yet. So now when you're running away from the new Mr. X, he'll just jump in front of you. Just catch up to you.
Oh, nice.
So you can't just fucking run away.
And then he clothesline, bitch. Boom.
Yeah,
I can't wait, dude.
He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, man. I'm so excited.
He doesn't give a shit. He's much more agile. And it's very terrifying. There's a handful of like preview videos if you're at all interested in that, Zeke, but they don't have too much on their official Twitter for it. But so, PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 3. Resident Evil 3 will be good for sure.
This is a product of me being older than most everybody in chat and on the show. But whenever I hear Nemesis, I think of the G.I. Joe cartoon movie and the three new like enemies that they were facing, and one of them was Nemesis Enforcer.
Right.
And every time I see Nemesis, I hear like Burgess Meredith, who played Globulus, like say his name, Nemesis Enforcer, destroy them, or whatever the fuck he says. And it just brings back so much nostalgia.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's watch this. I haven't seen the Samurai Jack trailer. As someone who's a big fan of Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah, it's the game trailer. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Got to get back.
I haven't seen this either.
Time has lost its effect on me. Still.
Did they say what type of game
my
it is?
sword is as sharp as ever.
It's not a platform, obviously. Oh my god.
Oh,
Look
it's
at
really
this.
3D. Oh, weird.
Dude, it looks pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's not over yet, samurai.
I have nothing to fear.
The future is mine.
All things come to an end. Even the future.
Cool.
Tea for teen.
Okay.
That's
Still
a
surprised.
cool
I
way
mean,
to say that.
it feels
That one
like
got
that
me.
game would make like a perfect 2D platformer, like with the art style and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just me.
We'll see. That comes out this summer. Trying to see if there's any other trailers. Some Destiny stuff. I guess Trials of Osiris is returning. I saw a bunch of chatter on the Destiny Twitter about that, good and bad. So I don't know what that actually means. I don't know enough about it to actually get into it. Oh yeah, I guess that Division expansion is out next week. I might check that out.
What did it add?
According to the sponsored stream that I did for it, it adds a lot. No, I think it's adding. So in Division 1, you never really get to meet like the big bad. You never get to see him. In Division 2, they don't really like talk about the big bad at all from Division 1. This is actually following up on that story thread, and you're like hunting the big bad. There's like 4 different warlords, and then there's like the big bad guy at the final boss at the end of that. It's adding a bunch of like exotic weapons or whatever the Division 2 equivalent is. Whole new area, which is in New York. Instead of the Division 2 takes place in DC. This expansion takes place in New York. Apparently it's 1-to-1 of the Upper East Side, or maybe that's just me remembering that from Gossip Girl. I don't remember what part of, when I think about New York, I think about the Upper East Side and Gossip Girl. It's Lower Manhattan apparently, and it's 1-to-1. They have all the Lower East Side. That's what it is. It has all of the
yeah. There's a Lower East Side and where Janos from Ghostbusters 2 is from. Your accent, it's kind of weird. Where are you from? The Upper West Side.
Ah, okay, all right.
Wow, what a throwback.
Yeah, I think that comes out Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. I got to figure out if because there's 3 episodes between the main game and the DLC. I got to figure out if I can jump straight into the DLC. I think I can, or if I need to play those episodes or what. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably play that before the next show, so I'll have time. I'll actually know what I'm talking about then. Are you going to play the Neo 2 Last Chance Trial this weekend, Co? I think I'm going to check that out. Because I didn't play the other one, and I think you did play the one between the first one and the third one, which is this weekend.
Are they actually putting more stuff in, or is this just a redo of the last time?
I don't know. I know that there's 3 missions in it, and I don't know what those missions are because I didn't play the second one. I'll let you know. I think I'm going to play it Saturday, so if there's more content, I'll let you know.
Maybe, yeah, I'll probably stop by and check out your stream.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to finish up Wasteland 2 this weekend before RimWorld next week, so I don't think I'll have enough time to dive into it.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, hell, Neo 2 is like
it comes out. Yeah,
2 weeks away. We're not 2.5, 3 weeks away.
Yeah, comes out pretty soon. So, anything else you guys want to chat about in our? Holy shit, we filled 3 hours. Good job.
Yeah,
in our remaining minutes. I don't think there's anything.
Got a lot done today.
I saw not necessarily gaming news, but as someone who is getting on a plane tomorrow, in LA, there was a flight attendant that was diagnosed with the coronavirus after multiple flights in and out of Los Angeles. So, yay! This is how we all go to shit. And also, PAX East is this weekend, so have fun out there, everyone. Wash your hands. Don't drink each other's drinks. Be careful. I think bike is going.
That's when it's going to start getting bad.
What
is when people that work with the public on a daily basis, when those people start getting infected, that's the definition of a vector right there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I think that's why it made news. Yeah, I know a lot of different streamers are going to PAX. Bike is one of them. So hopefully he gets home safe. I think he's actually in New York today, so he's already traveling a bunch. Hopefully that goes well. PAX is a breeding ground for all sorts of nonsense when it comes to getting sick. So if you're going to PAX, do everyone a favor and carry around some stuff to wash your hands with so you don't get sick. You don't get others sick. And it kind of sucks too, because I think the majority of stuff that was going to be at PAX this week has either been canceled or like the company's not going to be there. I also think there's some Final Fantasy VII embargoes being lifted in like the next day or two when it comes to the remake. So you might see a lot of footage of that stuff. I know that like Strippin' and Dodger were tweeting out that they were at some event the other day in London. So we'll see what happens with all that.
Random real quick thing. The only flight attendant news with Corbett I could find was a South Korean Air flight attendant. Are you sure it was an LA one?
Let's see. From fox5dc.com, as we are obviously very interested in sources.
Oh, so this like just happened?
This was today at 1 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it does look, I'm trying to read. It is from Korean Air. It is a Korean Air plane.
Okay.
So might be the similar plane. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, let's do some shout outs. And hopefully we all get back safe and sound next week without the coronavirus. It'll be, we'll see, you know. Zeke,
I'm never leaving my house again.
Yeah. Just put your house in a bubble. Just go buy a bunch of plastic and start building it right now. Zeke, do some shout outs.
Will do. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for watching. My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at or / Ezekiel_III. And that's on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Click, follow, subscribe, all that shit. Thank you to Co and JP for being pretty good today. Pretty good co-host. If you want to catch me, I will be on tomorrow. No stream after Drop Frames today. I've got another meeting, an RP meeting for a tabletop role-playing game that's coming up called Gone that you should tune into on twitch.tv/table story. That's going to be premiering March 4th. Now, I am not a main character on this. I am an ancillary character, but I will be popping in and out along with my Nocturne friends from time to time as side NPCs, basically, to the 3 main characters who will be on every week. But if you want to catch more Persona 4 Golden gameplay, that is tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow at noon Pacific time, I will be jumping back into Persona 4 Golden, and that is going to be my story for the next coming weeks. I'm on boss number 2, character number 5.
Yeah.
Well, the other bosses, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's only 2 bosses that I like, real looking bosses, anyways. But yeah, doesn't matter. But a boss fight on at noon tomorrow if you want to come check it out.
Cool. Some shout outs.
Cool. Well, first of all, thanks to JP and Zeke. Really fun show today. Another super chill one. We somehow filled 3 hours. Pretty awesome. My name is Co. For anyone I haven't met. Hi, I'm going to be streaming EFT tomorrow with an Amazon Hunters promo. If you haven't heard of that yet. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm checking out a game for the first time called Exanima. Should be interesting. Friday morning, we're going to be checking out Beautiful Desolation. Then Friday afternoon, I am off because it is my son Rowan's 3rd birthday on Friday. Good God.
He's 3?
What? I know.
When the fuck did that happen?
I know. Saturday morning, I may be off as well for some more birthday stuff. But over the weekend, we're going to be doing Wasteland 2. I'm going to be finishing that up. Then early next week, we're going to be starting RimWorld and really just diving into that for a while since it's been too long. Coming up on the channel, we're probably going to do Ori and some other games as well. We got all sorts of fun stuff coming. So anyway, thanks as always for watching. And we will most likely see you next week.
Cool. I'll do shout outs real quick. I am out for tomorrow and Friday. We're going to be flying. Yay. To San Antonio for our wedding license. So we got to go and deal with all that stuff. I'll be back Friday night though. So streams will resume on Saturday. Saturdays. There's a weird thing when it comes to celebrating your Twitch anniversary where you can either go by account created or first stream. I don't know when my first stream was, but on Saturday, it's my 10th account creation stream anniversary. So we're going to go by that, I guess. I think
it's your userversary, JP.
It's what?
Your userversary.
Userversary?
There's userversary, streamiversary, and partnerversary.
But I think I streamed a partner.
I'm making it up.
Okay.
I have no idea.
See, it's weird. I just know that on on Saturday, my account turned 10 years old. I don't know when I first started streaming. Also, I still don't know what the fuck this is. So we'll be going kind of through that, through some of the first streams and talking through all that stuff. Then I will be jumping into the Neo 2 last chance trial demo to see what that's all about. Because I skipped the second one. I got to get my Monabe axe hopefully back and see if that's still in there. And then next week we'll be jumping into the Division 2 stuff probably on Monday, and then checking out the actual expansion on Thursday or on Tuesday, sorry. And then Drop Frames next week, and then we'll see what's up after that. So we got more stuff coming as usual on all our channels. Hopefully we'll see you there. If we don't see you next week, here for more Drop Frames. We're out though. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.